Hello and welcome to our training video, which will give you an overview of our multi-day routing product and key functionality for a field use case. Multi-day routing is a field sales optimization tool that boosts sales productivity by allowing you to create multi-day schedules and plan up to 20 days of routes at once, create optimized routes to save you time on the road and allow you to visit more clients, prioritize your shortlist of clients to visit based on criteria you set using our recommendations index, for example, high value or least visited accounts. You can build your routes around your client's availability and account for only those available on certain days of the week or during certain times in the day. You can also build your routes around your availability by setting start and finish times, break times, stopover times, and your office days. Finally, you can also lock any confirmed meetings into your schedule and build your routes around these confirmed meetings. Multi-day routing allows you to create optimized and efficient routes for your trips. We use intelligent algorithms to select optimum stop order and save you time on the road. Multi-day routing allows you to visit more clients and spend more time with your clients, as it allows reps to identify the fastest way to get from one account to the other. We use intelligent algorithms to calculate smarter schedules and thereby reducing inefficiencies in your sales process. For example, sales reps could be spending time driving from one account to another and passing 3 accounts on the way. Multi-day routing reduces such inefficiencies in your planning process. Within minutes, you can have efficient routes planned for next month with multi-day routing. Let's say, for example, you are traveling to New Jersey for 5 days, and while there, you want to make the best use of your time and visit clients and leads in the area. We can start creating our multi-day route by selecting the Plus Routes tab to the top right-hand side of the screen and select Create Routes from Current Map. You can start by setting your or your rep's availability by selecting the Settings button. This allows you to set your start and end dates, where you can plan up to 20 days in advance. You can set the start and finish times. In this instance, the working day is going to be from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Next, you can select your appointment duration, which is how long you'll spend with each client. If you don't have an exact number, you can use an estimate. You can also set custom stop times to offer you enhanced flexibility as you input variable stop times. For example, allocate 5 minutes to new leads for quick intro and drop-in business cards, or allocate an hour to your most important accounts. Once you include this information in your data, we will build your schedule around this. You can also include your break time, select your preferred routing approach, whether it is one way or return, add your start and end locations, your travel mode, and travel days, where you can choose to not travel on a day if you would like to set this aside to catch up on admin, book appointments, or make calls. Once you're happy with your settings, you can select Done. The shortlist is a list of accounts that are going to make up your schedule. The easiest and quickest way to refine your shortlist is to use filters and buffers. First, I can use a drive time buffer to filter my data to locations within 20 minutes of my start location. I will then further filter our data to accounts with a value over 400. We can do this by going to the Filter tab in our control panel to the left-hand side of our map and selecting Add Filter. In the attribute dropdown, select the column you wish to filter by and input your filter values. Now that our data is filtered down, we can add individual points to the shortlist by clicking on them and selecting the shortlist option. Or I can add multiple points using the multi-add option. You will see any points added to your shortlist listed in the left-hand side of the routing panel. Some info about the shortlist is available to the right. This example is showing sales values for each stop. You can sort these from high to low. You can also change the fields that display here by selecting this icon and choosing the fields you want to be displayed. To create your schedule, click on the Create Routes button. We can now see our optimized route for the week. The map and routes are color coded by day so you can clearly see which stops are associated with which day. The gaps between stops indicate the travel time between stops. You can also see that the breaks are at different times on different days to allow for the most optimum route. You can also see a summary of your route by selecting the date heading to the top of each day. So far, we've concentrated on our reps and drivers' availability, but what about your client? What if they can only meet you in a certain window? Or what if you have a meeting confirmed with a key account? We regularly hear of our customers' reps booking in meetings with their key customers and then generating their schedule around these confirmed meetings. With multi-day routing, you can lock in confirmed meetings by dragging and dropping them into a set time and day on the routing calendar. You can also set the availability for a client by clicking on the client in the shortlist and choosing the Set Availability option. Or your customer's availability can be imported into eSpatial if it exists in your data by opening your settings window and selecting View Dataset Availability windows. Our recommendations index allows you to tell eSpatial how to prioritize your stops based on numeric or date values, allowing you to prioritize stops based on things like sales potential, sales value, or last visited. This is useful when we have a large area to cover or only a short period of time to visit as many clients as possible. For this example, we are going to clear our current schedule and shortlist and change our settings to make it a 3-day route. Now we are going to set up my recommendation index. This is where you choose the parameters around which stops to prioritize. So either on a numerical field from high to low or low to high, on a date field like when the client was last visited. To add recommended stops to your shortlist, select the recommendations from the drop-down. Select the gear icon to edit your recommendation criteria and select Complete to save your changes. We are going to add 40 of our accounts to our shortlist using the recommendations option in the dropdown. Finally, we will create the schedule. As we can see, only 36 of the 40 recommended stops were added to the schedule over the 3 days. The remaining 4 were most likely not added due to insufficient availability to service all stops. Now that we have shown you how easy it is to create an optimized schedule around your seller and customers' availability, let's take a look at some of the output sharing options. You can of course share the route with other users on your eSpatial account. They will have a live interactive version of the route and be able to update any fields on the stops once you provide the edit permissions when sharing. There are also a couple of other export options available, such as Calendar, where you can export an ICS calendar file that is supported by the primary calendars such as Outlook or Google. The calendar includes items links to Waze, Google Maps, and Apple Maps. So from your calendar, you can get live directions to each stop from your mobile device. You can export as a spreadsheet, so you have an ordered set of stops. This also includes Waze, Google Maps, and Apple Maps links. Finally, you can also export as an image where you can have your route as a PNG file. The mobile application is the perfect companion app to our multi-day routing product for field sales and service reps who are looking to get more from their day, spending less time traveling and more time with the people that count, your customers. The mobile app has been designed around key activities or jobs to be done of field sales and service reps. You can learn more about our mobile app by viewing our mobile app help videos at the end of this video. Thank you for watching our training video on creating multi-day routes within eSpatial. If you have any questions, you can contact us by emailing help@espatial.com or by selecting the chat button to the bottom left-hand corner of your screen when on our website or logged into eSpatial. You can also visit our video resources page to view other helpful videos.